Hi everyone, it's Lori with Behavior Education at Spirit Keeper Animal Sanctuary. Welcome to Serpentes Sunday for November 12th, 2023. This week I have been busy. I turned in my final capstone project for my bachelor's degree. I turned in my final presentation. As soon as all that's graded, I can share that. Yesterday, I went to a reptile expo, which I don't do very often. I usually just do it if I'm lecturing or for educational purposes. My newest volunteer wanted to go, and I also went to support my friend and colleague, JayZ Proctor from JayZ's Reptiles. And I'm going to show you just some of the photos and videos that I took there, which isn't a lot because I don't go there to cover the reptile expo on YouTube. I go there to educate, to network with people, and to have fun. And so I will show you what I did. And then when I got home, I didn't really want to do anything that strained my brain. And so I just wanted to train some snakes. And I just wanted to work with some of my favorite snakes, which are carpet pythons and Morelia Bradley. And so I just did a few training sessions with some of my snakes, and I really enjoyed that. I hope you enjoy this simple and sort of hodgepodge of different activities for Serpentes Sunday. And I will have 2 months off from school before starting my master's program. So I will get back to some regular content, like some mini courses, some classes, and some videos that are probably going to not only strain my brain to make, but will strain your brain to watch. So until then, everybody please remember to always be kind, love your animals, and have some fun with this video. I wouldn't enjoy myself at a reptile expo here in Colorado if I wasn't borrowing a Morelia Bradley from Andy Watson at Denver Lizard Ranch and using it for educational purposes and visiting with it and carrying it around the expo. So this is a very young one, about 12 weeks old, a stonewashed Morelia Bradley that I very, very, very much enjoyed spending time with, whom I called Mobius. So I had some fun visiting with Andy about carpet pythons and Bredli's pythons. That's really one of my most favorite things to do at these expos. But I also met some people from Flat Mountain Pythons, and they were kind enough to show me this gorgeous black pastel pinstripe royal python. And so we talked with them for quite a while, and I was happy to meet them and look at some of their snakes. I talked with the folks at Colorado Cold Bloods. I like to engage with people who are local to me here in Colorado. And Mobius joined me for much of that. And this is my volunteer's arm, who also enjoyed meeting this Morelia Bradley. I tried to convince her that she needed one, and I don't think she's quite ready for that. This is my friend JayZ Proctor's booth, and no, he did not sell everything that he took there. This was at the end of the expo when he was cleaning up, and I thought his displays were gorgeous, and I wanted to film them a little bit. He made these himself, and they look absolutely fantastic. He has a very classy, very professional looking booth. So don't worry, I'm going to show you what it looked like when it was fully stocked. He had several snakes there available, as well as several cake pops, several cookies, and little miniature cakes because he's quite the baker. Here is an example of some of those fantastic and I'm sure delicious cookies, although with all of my food allergies and autoimmune issues, I can't eat any of them. However, I had him deliver a couple dozen to my fantastic veterinarian's office, so I hope they enjoy those. My volunteer actually went home with this fabulous snake, and I'm sure that you will be hearing more about him in the future. And I actually went home with these isopods, and I got these from some very entrepreneurial children at Top Line Constrictors who sold me these isopods so that I could bring them home and put them in Courage's bioactive enclosure that he came from when he was relinquished to us for his special needs. And here's one of the little critters after I stuck it into the enclosure. And I've never had these before. This is my first bioactive enclosure, so we'll see how that goes. I really had fun when I got home training some of my snakes. This is Oz. He's a 5-year-old Morelia Bradley that was produced by Ralph Polinsky, and he is transitioning from his old buoy target to a flat blue disc target. And as you see here, he's doing a fantastic job and switching targets and sort of teaching him to orient towards a new and different target than the one he'd been used to has actually eliminated any striking behavior that he used to do. So he's doing really, really well. I also find these flat targets are just more versatile and allow me to give the snakes more communicative signals than just a buoy target that I can only orient really one way. And this is Baylan. He is transitioning from eating out of this cup target to eating off of tongs. So I have been doing his training sessions by, initially I left this target in his quarantine tub with the mouse in it, and it would be gone when I would come back. I did that twice maybe, and then I started feeding him off of the target like you see here. And then the last time I paired the target with food on tongs, and I'm trying to get him to interact with the target but not take the food until I give it to him. And that's what we're practicing here. So he interacted with the target and the food, and then I took the target away and gave him the food on tongs. So A+ for him. And then I finished up my evening doing 2 simple sessions with 2 learners that learn target training very quick. This is my Brisbane coastal carpet python, Zeb. And I just had him practice turning to his left to orient towards the target, and then I reinforced him. He started out looking directly at me and looking at the camera, and I waited for him to turn to his left and orient to the target and interact with that before I presented his reinforcer. And he actually usually always does an excellent job. He's just been great from the very beginning. This is one of my other really excellent learners. And this is Hera. She's a Morelia Bradley that came from Martin Roseman, and 2 of my Patreon community members have her siblings, Calcifer and Frankie. And as you can see, she's also doing fantastic, but I expect no less from carpet pythons and Bradley. So this was a nice, relaxing way to end my night/morning after having gone to the expo and then working most of the night when I got home. It is very, very early Sunday morning as I'm editing this video. So everybody enjoy your day, and I will have another video for you on Training Tuesday.